And I'd like to first start with a question. Who here can admit that they're actually a happy person? Wow, a good number of you guys. I definitely want to talk to some of you because you guys are special. I mean, I don't consider myself as a 100% happy person, so that topic is actually something that I think about, and I kind of obsess about it. So you guys are the lucky few, I think, who consider themselves to be happy. So scientists have found out that there's a direct correlation between a person's income levels to their happiness. I mean, that's pretty reasonable. So they've also found out that up to about $70,000 to $80,000, people's happiness goes up. But what about what happens after you hit $80,000? Your happiness pretty much plateaus. So what do people do? Once you've exhausted, buying all the cars and all the houses that you want, the clothes, there's pretty much like more to life than just consuming and buying things that you don't really need. So scientists have found out that it's actually relationships and your interactions with people that matter the most. It's actually the quality of these relationships. So research has also shown that when you're looking at your Facebook or Twitter feed, your oxytocin goes up. Now oxytocin is this molecule, it's this chemical in your brain that actually is interlinked with empathy and happiness. So when you're looking at your friends' faces on your Facebook wall or your Twitter feed, you become happy. And for some reason, our brains aren't as advanced or as developed to actually differentiate looking at friends' faces on your computer screen or your smartphone than compared to actually seeing them in real life. So we actually get the same positive effects. Actually, I have a funny example for you. So I had amnesia back in 2011. I had a brain aneurysm. It's a brain hemorrhage. And I was hospitalized for very long. And from January 2011 to May 17, 2011, I had amnesia. I mean, I have an MBA, I have a master's in finance, and I couldn't even do 2 + 3. So I was really, really struggling. I was depressed. I was 105 pounds. I was in a hospital room, and I was in a wheelchair. But on May 17th, 11:45 p.m., my memories all came back. And I could honestly say that was like the happiest moment in my life. Because I came back to the JP who you see today standing up here, and my legs are shaking because my legs aren't that well yet. But the following day when I logged on to Facebook, I told everybody where I was. I was like, I'm at room 504, I'm at Spalding Rehab in Boston, and I'm so lonely, I'm so depressed, like please come and see me. So that following day, a lot of my friends in the Boston area came to visit me. I had 2 friends from LA actually fly over that week to come see me, and it was such a great experience. I was happy. And that's because I was again part of a community that I felt I was detached from. Because even people would come and visit me at the hospital room, I didn't really know who they were. Like I recognized them, but I didn't really know them. So a part of me was sort of lacking this whole experience of connecting with these people because I recognized them, but I couldn't really feel like a sense of connection with them because I couldn't go back into well, what did I do? Did I go to school with them? Did I work with them? I didn't really know all that. So why am I interested in this subject? It's because I feel that our time here is pretty finite. And for some, it's shorter than others. In 2 weeks, I have another major surgery coming up. And so this whole topic is actually quite relevant to me. And I'm going to be talking about myself and also this kid whose name is Sam Burns, who died exactly a month ago. Now Sam Burns is a 17-year-old kid who lives in Foxborough, Massachusetts. He's actually become the face of progeria. Progeria is this rapidly aging disease. And for the longest time, his mother was so dedicated into actually finding out the gene that causes this rapidly aging disease so that she could actually cure her son. He just died last month, exactly a month ago, here in Foxborough. And progeria is a disease that only affects 200 to 300 children worldwide. Somehow I can't help but think that Sam and I had a lot of things in common. We're both afflicted with a life-threatening disease, and I think about it every day. We both learned that in order to live, we had to be greater than our own condition and not let that affect us and rule our lives. I'm here at Toastmasters. I've launched my 4th startup last year, even though I wasn't quite sure I was ready yet. I began to focus my energies outside of my own self and into my work in other organizations that I'm a part of, such as Toastmasters. I also mentor undergrads at Babson, and I also mentor people at Revolve Boston, which is a nonprofit community of entrepreneurs here in Boston. So I think existing research is right on, because the more I spend outside of my own house, outside of my own self, and problems, and devote myself and devote my energies into other people and ideas, I'm immediately happier. As Oprah said, happiness is a choice. It takes practice. It's like running. You gotta do it every day. If there's a takeaway here that I'd like to take from is, it's Valentine's Day, almost. Look at the quality of relationships. Be with the people who support you and love you no matter what. And decide to be with people who make you happy. In the end, it's who we travel with in this life that make all the difference. Thank you.